Welcome back to International Scale Modeler. I'm Lee. This is the December 2015 update, the Christmas show. I'd just like to say before we start, you can see now I'm in my new home. You have to bear with me while I'm picking new camera angles and things like that, trying to find the best place to film. So hopefully this one will prove to be good. If not, we'll move it again next time. But before I say anything else, a very Merry Christmas to you all. I won't have much chance to say the one up until Christmas, so Merry Christmas and a good New Year to you all, and hopefully you will have a fantastic time and have loads of model kits. But anyway, let's move on to the show. We've got a massive show for you this month. It is going to be a very big show, lots of reviews and stuff like that. We've got obviously the forum updates, the GBs, the SiGs for finishing this year, plus we've got all the group builds and special interest group builds for next year as well. We've got a calendar you can download and everything, which we'll go into in a bit. Obviously mine and Paul's builds. Yes, I have some builds. We've also got the prize draw winners for last month announced in November, and you've got the Christmas prize draw, which is an amazing £1,300 worth so far. We've got more to come in that as well, but we'll go into that a little bit later. But it's actually a fantastic draw. We've got the reviews. We've got the Iwata RG3 car spraying brush from Paul, and we've got 3 reviews from myself. It's a Mr. Hobby Paintstation, Mr. Hobby Brush Stand, and a Mr. Hobby Airbrush Stand. So I think without further ado, as you can see, it's quite a lot in this month's show. We're going to go over to Ultimate News first. Right, Ultimate Modern Products news. First off, there's a 25% sale off of all our kits online, apart from the Sora Art stuff, which is the Doras. But of all of the Takum, the Tarangus, including the aftermarket for the Tarangus as well, and all the Metal Earth kits for the whole of December, there's 25% discount on all of those product lines. Now if you look here, you've got to use these codes, over here sorry, you've got to use these codes when you're buying. If you want to buy a Takum kit, you put Takum 25, if you want to buy a Tarangus kit, it's Taran 25, and if you want to buy a Metal Earth kit, it's Metal 25. Now you can use all 3 of those promotion codes all at once, so if you buy one of each kit, you just put in those codes. It's really important you put those codes in to get your 25% discount, but that's for the whole of December. I would hurry fast because it's literally, they are going every day, there's less and less kits to choose from, so I would definitely hurry up and get in there while you can. But I think that's fantastic. We're just trying to obviously clear our stock for the new year. We will have some extra lines coming in next year, hopefully, something very different. Maybe not concentrate on too many kits, but maybe go for something a little bit different that you can't get anywhere else. That's what we're aiming for anyway. Also, don't forget that if you want your other half to buy you a gift card, you can buy an Ultimate gift card, which works for everything on the site. So you get, you know, all the weathering products, all the building products, the airbrush stuff. You get all the kits and everything else. Anything that's on the site, that you can use the gift cards to buy with. So if you want 25, I think they come in 25. 50, 70 and 100 or something like that anyway, but they're all on the site, so go on there. As I said, we will be stocking new lines and everything in the new year, but that will be January, February. There'll be some new stuff coming on board, so look out for that. Also, just before we end the Ultimate News, I want to say a massive thank you to all the lads that helped out at Telford. It's such a shame I couldn't make it, but there were several guys there that helped Paul out no end whatsoever. I think it's Seb and Nige, and I think Wes as well helped out as well. But thanks to all the guys that helped out, and Tim, obviously don't forget Tim. You guys did us really proud, and we're so grateful for all your help. I know I am, and I know Paul is as well. So thank you very much, guys, for helping out our stand. Next year I'll be there, so it should be fine. So that's the Ultimate News. I think next we'll go on to a review that I did of the Mr. Hobby Paintstation. There you go. Welcome back to International Scale Modeler. I'm Lee. Today we're going to do a quick review of another Mr. Hobby tool. It's the Mr. Paintstation. Now I know Paul has used these for quite a while. Never done a review on them, so I ordered some the other day from Robertines. So I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll do a quick review. It's going to be a very quick one, I'm sure. So as you can see, I haven't opened these yet, so I'm going to have a quick open here. The packaging is just a bag, nothing written on it whatsoever in English anyway. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Now we've got 4 of these base stations. Now these are basically to supplement what you would normally have in your
in polystyrene. At the moment I have this polystyrene and this polystyrene. Trouble is, it leaves bits all over the place, is very handy, very cheap, very easy to get hold of obviously. This stuff's not so easy to get hold of. I love this stuff much better. It's just a lot more solid block. It's, I don't know, it's like a foamy sort of thing. It's not polystyrene. So that's what I've got at the moment. Saw these. I'm a bit of a neat freak, so I do like stuff to be neat on my desk. And I saw Paul use these. He uses these quite often, so I thought, well, I'll give them a whirl then. And looking at them, it is basically, as you can see on the overhead there, it is basically just cardboard inside cardboard. And that's pretty much it. Now, it's a neat little idea, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. On the back, you've got this 4-pack. On the back, you've got some instructions on how to use them, obviously all in Japanese and everything. Now, if I remember right, you can buy, it's got on the back of these bags here, you won't be able to see this because it's all, they have the boxes behind them. But you can buy sticks from Mr. Hobby, number GT46P, that you can shape and change, and then you can buy, actually, let's get this in there, you can see it then. There you go. As you can see here, looks like you can buy, this is sticky pads, okay, that you can add to the end of these little sticks. You can get GT46, GT46P is the pad, and then you've got these sticks with these little ends on the top, and then you've got another kit here as well. Now, they didn't have these on the site when I bought it. I will get these as well because obviously they're made to fit inside this corrugated effect here. All I have at the moment is toothpicks, and to have a look at the toothpicks, see the toothpicks still working there, they don't wobble about. I mean, at the end of the day you don't want them too tight anyway, but you can get quite a few stuff in there. As you can see, you know, it's loose, but you don't need it too tight. Now, a lot of people use these to spray on, you know, spray direct on it. I don't. I always pick up my stuff. It's the reason why they're on toothpicks. It's so I can pick them up and spray around it and move it in my fingers like so. But I think these were, again, very cheap from Robertina's. Less than 10 euros. I think they were about 6 or 7 euros, something silly like that. Now I know Paul's had his for quite a while now, and he's still on his first batch. But the good thing is, where they're modular, you haven't got one great big strip of polystyrene which I have to carry around everywhere, because little strips of this is just pointless. But you can move these bits and add them in little sections. I'll do those bits first and those bits first and everything. So I like the idea of it being modular. And it is only, at the end of the day, it is only cardboard inside a cardboard box, so it's just this corrugated thing. It's all one piece, so obviously they've made some big cardboard boxes and just made them into these. So, but they are reasonably cheap. Again, on the back of each box you've got some instructions there, spraying it, moving it from one box to another, and obviously some of the things you can get through it, all in obviously Japanese, so it's not completely unfathomable to myself. But I would say that's a little recommend for the cost of them. If you're a Mr. Neat like me, and you like things to look proper and everything while you desk, I like a nice tidy workspace, then these are for you. That's a recommend from me. So until next time, take care. Bye bye.
There you go. I hope you like that. I know I find them really handy, and when I saw Paul had them about a year ago, I thought to myself, they're just bits of cardboard, you know, corrugated cardboard pressed together. But it's actually a very neat idea. You can make your own. I've seen someone make their own where they just get loads of sheets of cardboard, put it together, put it around with tape. But if you're a clean, tidy whore like me, I mean, I love a clean, tidy workspace, then these are the ways to go. They're ever so cheap, and you know, Paul's have lasted him for over a year now, and I've used mine several times already, and I think they're brilliant. I think they're really, really handy. They're just, you know, why haven't I got them before, sort of thing. So there you go. Right, we're going to go over to the ISM GBs and SiGs now. To begin with, we've got some sad news. Models are go. John and Mandit models are go. Which have been with us since the beginning of International Scale Mod, are actually resigning as sponsors of our GBs. This is not for any other reason that they're taking a new direction with their business. They've said, look, you know, we're going to do something different with our business, everything, so we won't be concentrating on, you know, whatever they use to sponsor us, or the clientele that would use International Scale Modeler. So it's all a bit hush hush at the moment, so we don't even know. But I would just like to have a very, very big thank you to John and Mandy for all their support since ISM got off the ground. Without you guys, it wouldn't have, I'm sure we wouldn't have got as many people entering the GBs SiGs to win the prizes that you guys have supplied, and we're ever so thankful and very grateful that you've helped us and backed us, all this time, and it really is people like you that help make our site and everything as well. You've both been fantastic, and I wish you nothing but success in your new venture, or your changing venture. So thanks, John and Mandy. But we do have a new model, a new sponsor to take place of our group builds, the main ISM group builds, which are 3 of them a year. So it's by to Models on Go, and welcome to MJR Model Hobbies. Now Mike at MJR Models has done a bit of business with us over the last year or so with Ultimate and everything. And when John and Mandy said they wanted to leave, I thought we'd ask Mike see if he wanted to step into the breach, and he was more than happy to come in and help ISM out. So I want to say a big thank you to Mike at MJR Models and Hobbies. Actually has a shop and everything, a physical based shop. I'll put the address up here so you can see, and a phone number and everything. Now I know he has a Facebook group and everything as well. They do really good kits at smashing prices, so really worth checking them out. And I just want to say a big thank you to them for stepping up and sponsoring our group builds again. So thanks again, Mike. The first one will be January, which we'll go into in a little bit when we get through the GBs and SiGs in a minute for next year. Okay, so the last of 2015 GBs, are 3 ending this month, 2 ISM ones and 1 non-ISM one. The New Age Desert Rats GB, which ends, as they all do, as our other ISM ones do, is on the 31st of December. There's 45 entries so far with only 14 finishes. So if you've got a New Age Desert Rat, if you've got a build thread going out, come on guys, pull it out. We've got what's the date now? We've got 3 weeks until it finishes. I know there's a Christmas period over the end, but you should have a bit of time off work, so hopefully you'll be able to get in the modelling bench and get that done before the 31st. Some cracking entries in there, some really nice desert weathering effects and things like that as well, which is what we hope to. And this is our last GB, obviously sponsored by Models on Go. We've then got the ISM SiG, which is Heil the Hunters SiG, which ends the 31st of December as well. Again, on that one, we've got 39 entries so far with only 9 finishes. So that's only 25%. So come on, guys, if you've got one in the Heil the Hunters, you boys, you guys voted for this. You really need to get cracking. We need at least 50% finishes to give Paul and I a hard time to judge. We need to be tested and stretched when we judge. We need to scratch our head a bit. And obviously that's sponsored by S&M stuff. Thank you, Sean. We've got less than 4 weeks for all those to go down as well. So it would be great too if you could finish the year with a flourish and finish those ISM GBs. That would be brilliant. We've also got Kiwi Gav's Star Wars SiG. Now I've actually managed to enter this myself. That finishes on the 18th of December to coincide when Star Wars 7 is released. Which I can't wait for. But I'm in Spain and it's in Spanish here. There's no, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might fly back to England just to watch it. There's 34 entries with 16 finishes so far, sponsored by Ultimate Modelling Products by us, but I do know that there are more finishes very much on the horizon on that one, so we should have a really good reveal show on that. I know I'm looking forward to it. For my one, I'm just waiting for a paint set from Ammo to come, and then I should be finishing my entry into that as well. So that's the last of the 2015 SiGs and GBs. Okay, so the GBs and SiGs for 2016. Here we go. Obviously, these are all voted for by you guys over the 2-week period on ISM. These are the ones that you voted for. So these are your GBs and SiGs for 2016. Now, we'll go through the calendar here. We've got a calendar that's not a colour one like it is on the site. But we've got a calendar here that you can download off of ISM, so you can pin it up on your wall, or as Paul does on his ceiling, or just keep it at hand in your man cave, so you know when your SiGs are, what they're going to be, and that means you can plan for the year ahead. So you can download this from the GB and SiG forums on ISM. Plan your year ahead. There will be other non-ISM member SiGs, or non-ISM SiGs from members. Along the way this year as we go, like we did with the Star Wars SiG, and I think an Honour of Cohen one, I think there was another one as well, Mosquito SiG, that will be, we'll put on the site for you and everything, but they just won't be part of our official calendar, so to speak. So they are as follows. From the 1st of January, we've got 2 starting on the 1st of January. The first one is a GB, which goes on for 4 months until the 30th of April. That will be From Russia with Love. And that's basically anything Russian from any period, any time. So the first GB in 2016 is going to be a massive one. It can be any subject you like as long as it's from Russia or made in Russia. Okay, so it's a very easy one to enter. There's, you can go civilian, military, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. Someone said about space rockets, all sorts of stuff. Doesn't matter. Dioramas, figures, whatever. It all should be good. The first SIG is the Fighting Falcon SIG, my favourite. I should definitely be entering this one, that's for sure, which goes from the 1st of January obviously to the 31st of March. That's for 3 months. And that's basically any F-16 of any type, mark or model or change, Sufa, from Israel or anything other mark or any type of F-16 basically, which is that's the one I'm looking forward to most of the year, believe it or not, and another one that it floats. But we've then got the ISM eggplane SIG from the 1st of April to the 30th of April, which is basically building one of those eggplanes. I would suggest if you do want to enter the eggplane SIG, which it's not just planes, it's boats, people, whatever you want to do, lots of scratch building that as well last year. If you do want to enter that, order your eggplanes now, because when they come up in April, all the sites tend to go of all the good ones. You can buy some awesome things from Japan as well, some fantastic ones from Japan. Real different ones like aircraft carriers and all sorts of things. So I would suggest if you do plan on entering that, get your model kit in January at some point, and that way you'll have it and you won't be disappointed when you can't get the kit you want in April. The other SIG then, starting on the 1st of April, is the Shiny Things. And this is basically, that goes for 3 months until the 30th of June. And that's basically anything with an NMF finish, natural metallic finish. So that's be an aircraft of, something like, I've got a MiG fish bed, 30 fish bed that I can do. You've got the Mustangs, all that sort of stuff, Lightnings, anything like that. So a nice broad spectrum one there as well. That's great. I might even enter that with my Lightning. We've then got the GB. The second GB will be 1st of May to the 31st of August, so obviously 4 months. That will be the Pacific Ocean Theatre GB. Now that is basically anything from World War II in the Pacific Ocean Theatre. It kind of speaks for itself. So that can be anything again, any floaty thing, AFV, diorama, blah, 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 anything you like, okay, whatsoever. You've then got, on 1st of July, you've got the 3rd SIG, which goes from 1st of July to 3rd December, which is the If It Floats one. Really looking forward to this myself. This will be ships, boats, submarines, not aircraft with floaty things on them at all. Like someone mentioned, it's just going to be for ships and submarines and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that because I've done one ship myself. That was the Hood, FX Hood, which was a nightmare of a kit, but it turned out okay, I think. But so I'm looking forward to that one as well. You've then got the 3rd and last GB, starts on the 1st of September to the 31st of December, and that is I Heart Tamiya. I love Tamiya. So it's basically any Tamiya, but it's got to be out of the box. No extras whatsoever, none. So you've got to build a kit straight out of the box from Tamiya. You're not allowed to add anything whatsoever. Okay, so it's just got to be as it comes out of the box. And again, that's going to be a good one because Tamiya do a wide range of kits. So you've got civilian, military, all sorts of things there. So that's a great one as well. And then you've got the last SIG of the year, which will be the Heinz 161, which will be that'll be from the 1st of October to the 31st of December. And that's basically any Panzer IV of any mark, including things like I think it's the Wirbelwind and the Brumbar, and I think the Stug will be included in that as well. I think as well. So that's a nice one for you AFE guys right at the end of the year there. But as I said, you can download this sheet. It's in colour on the site. You can download that from the site in PDF or just drag and drop the JPEG of it and everything, so you can print it out and keep it handy for yourselves. But it's an invaluable tool. It was brilliant for last year, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to 2016. There's at least three things there that four actually, that I'm definitely going to go for. I think I'm hopefully, fingers crossed. Now my office is in my modelling work area, as you can see from these pictures. If I get any quiet time while I'm working, I can maybe nip over to the modeller's bench without telling the wife. Yes. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to get some more done this year. Right. Anyway, so that's the all the GBs and SiGs for this year and next year. We're going to go over to Paul now. So I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. We're going over to Paul now. Who's going to review the Iwata RG3 airbrush. It's a bit of a beast. It is big. I think Paul is thinking about opening up a car body repair shop, maybe. Anyway, over to Paul.
Hi everyone, Paul, International Scale Modeler. Welcome to another review. We've got the Iwata RG3 baby series spray gun today. Something I've wanted for quite some time. I've seen a couple of videos online and seen the benefit of using the larger spray guns. Something I want to try. I've been using it on and off now for a few weeks. Primarily on aircraft and tanks. The main benefit of it is it puts down a larger amount of paint over a larger pattern, like a fan pattern ideally, and this stops the paint drying on the edges and giving you overspray, so that rough texture you get from overspray. Now I've used it on, like I say, aircraft and armour for both priming, base colours and clear coats, and it's worked fantastic. I'm going to try on a car body today, first time I've done it, and to get a real good gloss coat as well. So you're going to see me use it for the first time doing that. So what happens, I don't know. We'll find out and you'll see it happen live on camera. So this is how you get it. Basically it's a mini spray gun of like the Variety C used to paint full size cars. Now it looks like overkill, and I've had a lot of people laughing at it because of the size of the colour cup. But the benefit of it to me is second to none. The flawless paint finish you get is absolutely brilliant. If I lean over, I shall grab a Harrier I primed yesterday, and there we go. That was primed in Badger Steinler Res. As you can see, perfectly smooth, beautiful finish, absolutely flawless, and that's using this spray gun with the Badger Steinler Res. And for me, that primer job is absolutely flawless. So what we'll do, we'll go quick through the actual gun itself, and I'll show you what I'm going to spray, and then we'll get down to spraying and see what we get. So it comes in two boxes. You get the airbrush itself and a colour cup packaged separately. There's no fancy packaging with this. It's in a cardboard box in a bag, and that is it. And you get a little cleaning brush. Well, it's a big cleaning brush in there, which I haven't used, to be honest. I've been using my usual style of brushes. So there's the actual spray gun itself, as you can see. So again, not the prettiest thing in the world, but this thing is more function over aesthetics any day. Colour cup is 130ml. When you consider the colour cup on your the Steenbeck is 5, this is what a lot of people seem to have trouble getting their head around, but it is a large colour cup, as you can see. Comes with a nice cap on top. It's a big beast, really is. But obviously if you're spraying large amounts of paint, you want a larger colour cup. So general overview, you got a trigger, needle nozzle where the colour cup attaches, hanging hook, needle adjuster on the back, well, it's a tensioner, and your air hose on the bottom as well. Now it comes with a 1/4 inch screw on. If you're going to take it down to your normal 1/8 quick release, you need a reducer, which is available from anywhere you can get it from. This was supplied by Martin at air-craft.net, and he very kindly sent me one of these for free in the post. So thank you very much, Martin, for the free adapter. It was very generous. RRP is around the 310 mark from air-craft.com. It's not a cheap piece of kit at all. Certainly not something you go out and buy willy-nilly, but for me, it's something I've looked at for quite some time. Seen the benefits, and if you Google for YouTube for Paul Budzik, you'll see his videos, and there's one there about using the larger spray guns, and you'll see the benefits of using them. So that's that. So spray gun, first little bit of travel on the spray gun is just for air. There's a positive stop as you get to there. Second one is for paint. So you do start off with your normal, like you're doing a double action airbrush, and the amount of control you can get with it is absolutely astounding. And you can loosen or tighten the trigger pressure depending on how you like it, and I like it around about there. Colour cup screws on the side. I will run through disassembling it later when we give it a very quick clean at the end, because it's quite daunting to think, oh my god, how do I clean this thing? But in reality, it's very simple. So we'll connect up to some air. Now, this is one of the only spray guns that is designed to run off a hobby compressor. A lot of them will struggle to supply the correct amount of air that this thing needs, but this one, even with the fan tip, will just about run off a hobby compressor. I've literally just upgraded my compressor from the Sparmax to a Bambi, mainly because of this. Although it will run off a hobby one, I think prolonged use, you need a bigger compressor personally, but it will run off hobby one. I ran it off my Sparmax, no problem whatsoever. So like I say, that is just air. And then you can hear the colour cup sucking air in as I get to there. So, not hard to use, just a single trigger. As you can see, I'm using one finger to pull that back, so nice and simple to use. Like I say, 130ml colour cup. You don't need to fill it up, you can just fill it up to the bottom, and because of the design of the colour cup, you can angle it where you want it. So if you're spraying down, you can angle it right back. Or if you're spraying up, you can angle it forward. So very, very clever design, nice and simple. You've got the fan on the front. There's two little holes next to the needle, which gives you the fan pattern. This is fully adjustable to get a wider or a smaller fan pattern, and I believe you can also just get the round pattern as well. I've not played about with that bit yet. Just the fan pattern is what I've been interested in. Instructions come on a single sheet, Japanese one side, English the other. Not a lot to go through. It just tells you the recommended air pressure, which is 29 to 50 psi. We're at 25 psi, and it's been working fine at that. Basic info on spraying it, how much air it'll use. So where's it gone? Air consumption is 1.1 CFM, and yeah, 1.1. I think you'll find a lot of these are over 2 normally, so it is a lot less air. And that's it really. There's not a lot more information in there. You've got a parts diagram there, an exploded diagram. Looks quite daunting, but to strip it down is really easy. And also troubleshooting, so if you have any problems, you can go through it. So a very basic instruction sheet too. So not much to go through there. Now, what I've got is I've got a Mustang body that was kindly supplied by Mickey a while back for me to test my spraying on. I've got a nice fingerprint on the front of that. I'm just going to wipe off. Now I primed this yesterday with Alcalad's grey microfiller, oh my god, microfiller primer, using this airbrush again. And all I've done today is I've taken it back as a key for the paint. So literally just taking it back with actually one of our 240 sanders, and then cleared off any dust. And this is ready for paint. So what I'm going to quickly do is use the airbrush to get any loose paint off. Now don't forget, like I say, this is the first time I'm using it in anger to do this kind of paint job, so you're going to witness it and you're going to see me using it first hand, and if it all goes wrong I'm going to blame you lot. So we'll see what happens with this. So what I've got, I couldn't decide on colour. I was going to do it purple, but I got shouted at by people who said Mustangs never came in purple, so I thought I need a nice colour that you can see. So I had a spare bottle that got accidentally sent to me of Tamiya Royal Blue. It's the gloss as well. So we're going to use this. So we're going to, brand new bottle. We're going to open it up. It's a nice deep blue colour. We're going to give it a good mix with my Badger paint mixer. Like so. Then we're going to pop it in a mixing cup, and we're going to put quite a bit in there. There we go. And we're going to mix it with some UMP thinner. So we've got about 8mm. About 8mm of that. So we'll do about there. It's about 40-60 in favour of paint. There we go. I know this could be too thick. Like I say, you guys are my First time using this, I'm going to pop my spray booth on, which is awkward because the camera's in the way. And we're going to pop it in. So, the idea with this is we want to try and keep the paint wet. We don't want to let it dry as we go around. We don't want to put it on too thick so it runs everywhere or lose any detail. So it's a fine line between getting a quick amount of paint down and not letting it dry as well. So we'll pop that in. About half of it in there, as you can see. So not a huge amount. Put the cap on. We're going to angle it back a tad, and we're going to have a little bit of a test spray on the bench. So as you can see, you can get a nice control pattern, or you can come in and just get a real big one. So, oh, we've got a bit of paint on there already. Cool, well done, Paul. So let's see how we go. Like I say, first time doing this, you get to watch me do it. One side. Obviously, I might be doing this wrong colour, I know. My first time doing it, so if I am, it's something I will work on. So all I'm doing is concentrating on getting that paint laid down. On this side, we're going to run out of paint, I think. Now, with surface prep, I'm guessing we get a much better finish. Where I just did a quick go over with a sander, nothing too drastic. Sure, get all the areas. Now, I'm not pulling right back the paint, I'm just trying to get these very bottom bits that we can see are a different colour. Now, like I say, I'm not a car body painter at all, that's not a bad finish at all. I'm not sure how much paint we've got in there, but we used, I think there's about 10mm left there, and we had there's about 16 in total, so there's only 6mm of paint in here. Now, I say I'm not really a car body painter, so I don't know, that should be left now. And then in my eyes, you take it back and give it another go over, but what I think we'll do, I think we'll just keep spraying it until the paint's gone. And there we go. So that's not a bad paint job for somebody who's never really done it before. That isn't bad at all. Now I'm going to knock my booth off. Excuse me if I knock the camera. Now what you'd ideally do with this now is put it under something that's not going to attract dust, because there's quite a bit of it blowing around in it. I'm going to pop it out of the way. Over there, if I can get it to prop up properly, like so. There we go. Now, I had 10mm of paint, read it about 8mm thinner, I think. That says we got 5. I can't have added that much. You get 10mm in there, don't you? How much do you get in there? There's 10mm in a Tamiya bottle. Sorry, I've confused myself here. Was about 2mm left. So we had 8mm of paint, and I reckon 6mm of thinner. So we had about 13-14mm. There's about 5mm left in there. Let's see what we've got left in here. There's a bit left. Obviously there's some in the gun as well, and it will hold quite a bit of paint. So there's 8mm in there. So we used about 6mm of paint to paint that entire car body. I'm going to pop it back in. I don't waste paint, as you know. So we'll put that back in there. Yeah, so I'm guessing about 8mm of paint. Sorry, 6mm of paint to paint that entire body, which isn't too bad. As you can see, it's certainly got in there well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spray it away as usual into the old waste paint. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Right, now UMP cleaner. It's going to need a bit more than 2mm this one, like the last video. So as you can see, we've got it in. I had to give it a good swill, like so. I've also been getting a bit of tissue. Now the needle on this thing isn't sharp. What I've been doing is just backflowing, as usual, into the cup. Like so. We'll clean the end of it, we'll spray that out. Get a little bit more cleaner in there. Use one of the brushes. Now yeah, you are going to use a bit more cleaner to clean this thing because of the sheer size of it. It's really easy to clean. When I first got it I thought, geez, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. It was quite daunting to strip it down, but in reality it's very, very easy to strip. And no real drama at all. I'm going to tip that away. We're going to dry that out inside there. Some more tissue. Well, I'll do the picture of the car body. I'll let it dry a bit. I'll take some pictures and I'll pop it on Facebook, so you'll probably see this a couple of days before the news show or the review goes up, because this will be on the news show first. So there we go. That's probably 80% clean. We'll spray it away because we are going to get paint out of it. Pop some more through. Like so. And there we go. So that's probably about 90% clean. So what I'll do now, if I know I'm going to be using it, if I just primed something and I know that evening or the next day I'll be putting a base coat down, I'll leave it with some UMP cleaner just sat in the bottom like so. I mean, you can still see the remnants of paint in there, but unless you strip it down completely, you'll always get a few remnants, just like with your normal airbrush. What I'll do is I'll leave that airbrush cleaner sat in there so it doesn't dry out, spray it away. Once done, we'll come back, and that's it. Now strip it down. Obviously the colour cup screws off the back, so you can get a brush inside there. Then pipe cleaners are especially good to get in there, get that a good clean. You got the receptacle this side, so you can pop a little bit of cleaner in there. Get your brush in, give it a good clean around the nozzle, and spray that away, like so. So like I say, if you know you're going to be using it, you can leave a little bit of cleaner in there and just come back the next day. Now the nozzle, this is where it adjusts, so you can make the pattern wider or smoother. This unscrews off to gain access to the needle itself. Just need a little small adjustable spanner, a little nip up. Pop that in a little tub of UMP cleaner, let that soak, and then the needle nozzle itself, so the needle itself, screws from the back, pulls out, you can wipe it clean. Like so, there's the needle. So no real sharp point to it. It's 0.6mm. And that's it really. The only components you really need to strip down. You can get a brush in there to clean out, you can get a brush in there to clean out all those channels, and then to reassemble, it's as simple as screw the brass part back in. Obviously give it a clean first. I'm going to use this in a little bit, so there's no point. Pop your needle back in, a little bit of lube on it if you so wish. Spring, the adjuster on, however tight you want it, and then pop on your needle, and that's it. So I was quite daunted. I thought it was quite daunting at first. I thought it was going to be an absolute nightmare to keep clean, but I'd say once you get used to it, it's no more difficult than your normal airbrush at all. Like I say, it's not cheap. From air-craft.net, they're £310. Is it worth it? Well, should I grab that car body again or have a quick look at it as it's dried now? Personally, yeah, it is worth it. I think it's a phenomenal bit of kit. Like I say, there you go. That's not a bad finish at all. Once you flat that back, give it a gloss coat. I mean, there's a few flaws on the actual body itself. We've got a few little bits of dust stuck on there, but once you flat that, gloss coat it again using the gun, you're going to get a stunning finish there. And you know what, I might actually flat it and gloss it and see what kind of finish we can get off it, and I'll show it next news show if I get it done. Maybe not, but that's not a bad finish. If somebody's never really done it before, that's not too bad a finish at all. So there you go, Iwata's RG3 baby spray gun. A lot of money, not going to be something for everybody, but if you're in large scale models, large scale tanks, automotive models, cars, or even just, you know, you want to get that extra level from your hobby, I recommend getting one, definitely. Just for priming alone, it's worth it. The smooth finish you get off the primer is absolutely astounding, really is good. So there you go. Hope you like that review. New toy for me to play with. I'm going to pop a picture up of this on Facebook in a minute. Have a look for yourselves, and if you want one, go see him on air-craft.net. Tell him you saw a review and he'll take care of you. Okay, thanks for watching. Catch you guys around and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for that, Paul. As you can see, it is a beast of an air gun. I would love to have one in my arsenal, but I can't justify spending that sort of money on things that for base coats now. Although I do have a separate airbrush for base coats and everything, but I definitely see the benefits of that. It's fantastic. It looks like you get a fantastic finish with it. And if you're doing cars, I would imagine it's a no-brainer if you do a lot of cars and things like that, or large ships with large base banks and things like that. So very nice. Right, we're going to go back to forum news now. Obviously, the kit review section. I haven't done this for a couple of months, I don't think. We're up to 900 video YouTube reviews of kits and things like that. So if you do review kits, you've got your own YouTube channel and you like reviewing stuff and things like that, please feel free to post your review on that on the stats section. You've got a section for aircraft and ships and all sorts of things. If you could do that, that would be fantastic. We're looking to get 1,000. We're hoping to get 1,000 by the end of the year. I don't think that's going to happen. But thank you for everyone so far who's done that. And if you do review videos on YouTube, please post them on there. That would be great. My doggies. Right. Okay. So we're going to do monthly price. Come on. Down you get. Oh, look, man. Oh. Don't drop the camera. Come on. Away. Oh. Sorry. Right, okay, so the monthly prize drawers, obviously, as normal, before we announce the winners, could you please send me a picture of you with your prize when you get it? That would be great. We'd love to put them up in the Rose Gallery. So we're going to announce the November's prize draw. Here we go. Right, so the first prize is for the Takom 135 Chieftain Mark 11 from E-Models. I want to say a big thank you to E-Models for starting us. It's a fantastic kit. It really does look nice, and I would definitely be getting one of these myself, probably the Mark 10 though. But the winner of that is David Owers from the UK, or Owers. I don't know how you pronounce your name, mate. It's one of those two. Depends where in the country you come from, I suppose. So well done, David. I'm guessing your name's David. Welcome, David. You won the Takom 135 Chieftain Mark 11 from E-Models. Absolutely fantastic prize. Now we're going to go over to the second prize. And the second prize is a mega set of Ultimate Weathering Washes. So that's £40 odd worth of prize again. Another fantastic prize. And the winner of that is Rodrant. Well done, Rodrant. You win the washes. I think Rodrant is from Portugal, if I remember rightly. So well done, fellas. So well done to both of you for that. There's some great prizes there. And if you guys want to PM me your names and addresses on the website on International Scale Modeler, then we'll get these prizes out to you ASAP. Right, okay, so International Scale Modeler 2015 Christmas prize draw, £1,300 worth of kit of prizes so far, £1,300. Last year we only had £600 worth of prizes, so we've more than doubled the prize pool from last year, which is fantastic. Obviously from myself and Paul, and from our sponsors and other people as well that have contributed to our prize pool. So we just want to say thank you to all of those, which we'll go through in a minute. I think it's fantastic that we've got so many prizes. I mean, the winner of this is going to be astounded. It's going to be like the gadget show. You know, the gadget show, how they pull up with a lorry and things like that. Now what we've got quite a few airbrushes in there, so we're going to do we're going to have the first prize, which is going to be everything, and then we're going to have a second and a third prize, which is just be one airbrush. So there's actually 3 chances of winning, which is even better than last year as well. So now I'm going to go through all the prizes. Okay, now if I've got room, because I edit this after I've filmed, I will flash them up as I say them here. But I don't know if I'm going to have room to do that. But anyway, so what we've done is we've split them up. Myself and Paul have donated prizes from our own money, from our own stashes and things. We've got prizes that are donated by International Scale Modeler, obviously Ultimate Modeling Products, E-Models, Models Are Go, S&M stuff, Retro Kit, Gizmo Heaven, aircraft.net. We're going to hopefully see if we can get anything out of MJR Hobbies as well, so that might be an added. But we've got a couple of other companies that we're waiting to hear back from, which they were quite late last year as well. So, but anyway, I'm donating 2 sets of 3x Vallejo washes, obviously the large and the small set, an AK figure painting holder, Kaga 3D drawing book, and a Haruna 3D drawing book, and an Iwata TRN2 airbrush as well. Paul's donating 6 books, and that's the Cricket Against Rats, Admiral Hipper 3D Super Drawing Book, Panzer Killers, Mitsubishi Zero, SMS Viribus Units 3D Super Drawing Book, Hawker Hurricane by Tony O'Toole, and Sorry Aniru by Miroslav Skriwop, and Tiger One by Jean Restain, and an ISM mug. From ISM we're donating unclaimed kits from prizes last year. They are the Dragon 135 Saladin, the Dragon 135 Panzer IV, and the Trumpeter 1350 HMS Abercrombie. and they were all from E-models as well. So so they're all old E-models prizes that just haven't been claimed, which is great. From Ultimate Modelling Products, we are giving one of everything. That's one of all of our products: the burnish liquid, thinner and cleaner, airbrush thinner and cleaner, all the standers, all the washes, pencil placer, all that sort of stuff. So you'll have one of everything. Plus we had 3 Metal Earth kits, which will be the Tiger 1, the P51 and the Star Wars Droid. We're also going to throw in a Tarangus 148 A32A and a £25 gift card to spend on the site as well. E-models have donated an Italieri 148 Typhoon Mark B, a Hobby Boss Mark 1B, sorry, a Hobby Boss 148 M262 A1B, and a Tamiya 124 Gazoo Racing TRD 86. Nice prize. Models are go as a goodbye and a thank you. They're donating a Revell 172 A400M Grizzly, massive kit. Sean at S&M Stuff is donating a £30 gift voucher. Retro Kit, who sponsor our egg prize draws and all that, our egg paint draws, they're going to donate 4 minions from their site. Gizmo Heaven, who offer all our members a discount on the forum, you may see them in the trader section. They're going to give us the full range of Revell enamel paints. That's 88 tins of enamel paints as well. I mean, that's £200 just on its own. So thank you, Gizmo Heaven, for that. ABC Brushes are going to send us a couple of brush sets as they did last year. Aircraft.net have given us 3 prizes: an H&S, a Harder & Steenbeck Ultra, an Iwata Neo, and an Iwata Eclipse. So fantastic 3 airbrushes there. So what we're going to do, I mean, so far that's over £1,300 worth of prizes. That will grow. I'm hoping to at least 1450. We may even hit the 1,500 mark. How we're going to beat this next year, I don't know. But that is an amazing prize fund. Now, one winner, one person, will get all of that. Now, last year, I think it was Anthony Coulomb who won it on the site. He got a massive table full of stuff. I mean, that was only 600 quid's worth, so this is going to be something else. You think that we're going to get probably loads of books, more books from the book people as well, and things like that. So that is a fantastic prize pool. Now, one person will get all of it, and then we'll have a second and third where we'll have, we haven't decided which airbrushes yet, but 2, because there's 4 airbrushes in there, 2 of the other airbrushes will be a second and a third place as well. So, so at least there's some people, we can't give 4 airbrushes to the winner. I mean, I'll probably like it, but it's a bit, you know, it gives everyone else a chance to win something as well. That's what we thought anyway. Right, the thread is open, will be open as of now. When the video goes up, we're going to try and do both together, which isn't going to be easy, I know, because I've got to sort that thread out, that's for sure. The winners will be announced on Christmas Day. We will have a video up on Christmas Day to announce the winner. It will literally be a 5-minute video just to announce the winner and everything, go through everything like we did last year. So if you want to enter that, if you want a chance to win the Gadget Show version of modelling prizes, all you've got to do is go to International Scale Modeller. Obviously, if you haven't registered on the site already, you need to register on the site. You cannot enter through Facebook, which a lot of people keep doing each month. Getting tired of telling you guys, you cannot enter through Facebook. You have to go onto the site. You know, there's a thread on there that will have the December or Christmas free prize draw. You have to post in that thread. Count me in, I'm here, yes I'd love to, blah blah blah, whatever you want to put in there. Jokes are appreciated. It doesn't matter, just ... dash, or whatever. You post anything in that thread and you're in with a chance. Simple as that. That's the only commitment you have to make. So there. So as you'll agree, as I think you'll agree, it's a fantastic prize fund. I'm really looking forward to announcing the winner. In fact, I can tell you the winner, it's me. I won. Hey! I wish. Anyway, so we'll do that on Christmas Day, so that's something to look forward to, as well as opening your normal presents as well. You never know, you could have 1,300 quid's worth of modelling stuff on the same day as well. Right, so now we're going to go over to one of my reviews of Mr. Hobby Brush Stand.
Welcome back to International Scale Model. I'm Lee. Today we're going to do what I'm sure is going to be a very quick review, and this is of the Mr. Hobby Brush Stand with flexible arm, part number GT45 600. Now it comes in this little packet. It's reasonably cheap if I remember rightly. I will flash up the price for you in a moment. But on the thing, it's obviously most of it's in Japanese, or is it Chinese? I'm pretty sure it's Japanese, isn't it? Yeah, Japan. Yeah. So apart from that, there's a little thing on there that says the wire is sharp edge, keep out of the way of children and things like that. As you can see, a bit of glare just comes in a little packet like so. So let's get inside and have a look. Now, if I remember rightly, it's the first time I've had a look at this. So if I remember right, the price is being flashed up now. I think it was less than €10 for me. Obviously, I bought this from a place called Robertines in Spain, and obviously when I moved to Spain now, it's much easier for me to buy from them, and they're very cheap as well. Great customer service. I ordered these and they were here literally less than 48 hours later, and I live on the Balearic Islands, which is not in mainland Spain, which is where they are, so it's fantastic delivery service. So if you're in Spain, Robertines is the place to go. Also, they stock nearly everything Mr. Hobby, and I love Mr. Hobby. So anyway, so the tray itself, as you can see, it's just literally just a little plastic tray like this. It's got some ridges in here, I would imagine to stand your brushes against and everything. And this comes out like so. And that is basically all it is. Now this is, you know, your brushes, you're not meant to stand your brushes up on end. Let's just get some brushes in here. See, now this is where I keep my decent brushes at the moment, in this. Problem with this is they do slide up and the ends hit the top of the thing. Now it's been a problem, and there's a couple of things there, that there are a couple of my Kolinsky brushes that are ruined now. The Zukimori ones I've got obviously come with these little protective covers on the top, which I do keep on, but you shouldn't keep putting the protective covers back on, because in the end you'll catch your hair and you'll ruin it. I've had to cut a hair off of one of them already. So I was looking for a solution. I know Paul's had this for quite a while, so let's have a quick look. Now these are my Kolinsky brushes. They're not Series 7s, but they are Red Sable Kolinsky from Creative Models ones, and they are pretty good brushes, I'll have to say. So basically it's a case of, you know, usually you would have that, maybe let's say that angle, and you just stand them up in between. And there should be enough to hold a full set. So what you do is you get your smallest brush, which I think is that one. Okay, and then you can line them up from your largest to your smallest in there. Now, I don't know how many this was hold, but looking at the amount of, you know, you've got this like spring affair here. Looking at that, you're going to be able to hold quite a few in there at the same time. Now, I do like the look of this, and you can keep them separate, as you can see. And there you are. Now that's going to keep them safe as well. Their ends aren't going to bash against anything, you know, or anything whatsoever. See if they fall out. That's holding them pretty tight. I was shaking that pretty bad. One's fallen out. So that's actually pretty good. I like that. The fact that, you know, your brushes are kind of safe in that. Now that's how you keep them. That's how you keep them stored. Maybe on your bench over there, like so. It means I won't have to keep them in this horrible ugly box anymore. Now I'm just going to take a few of these off and see if my Zukimori ones will go in there. Now they will, but as you can see they'll take up a lot of space. So I think it's going to be a case of, for something like that, you want to just take that off. Rest that up there like that, so it's a little bit easier. I mean, now obviously you can stand these at all different angles in there. So you can have them quite high if you want them high. You can have them lower like that. I'll keep mine like that. Trouble is, if you have them stood up, whatever is paint that's left and it's wet will fall back down into the butt of the hair holder. So if I had a couple of Zukimori brushes, which I love, I love my Zukimoris. So I've got a couple of those in there, and let's see if I can hold. That's the smallest. Is that the shortest? I'm pretty sure that is. Okay, yep, so that's the shortest one of these, and it will hold that as well. So I can quite easily hold all of my brushes in that. I can get the whole lot in there. I can squeeze them in two of my Zukimori ones as well, which are the two that I use the most. So as you can see, I think it's a handy little tool. I'm pretty sure it's only €6, something silly like that. It wasn't a lot of money. And from now on, I can resign this now to hold for something else. So a nice cigar box. But yeah, so in my eyes, that's a great thumbs up for something so simple and cheap, and that'll look good anywhere on your desk. You know, you can leave that anywhere on your desk. Very handy to get to your brushes as well. Obviously, if you are got nice brushes, you should always look after them. I haven't done mine the last time, I must admit. You need some of this, the Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. This stuff is fantastic. Just for wiping your brushes in, you wet them a little bit, wipe them and clean them, and it just cleans all the rubbish out of them. And I've got to say, I do clean my brushes every now and then. If I'm bored, I will sit there and clean my brushes. The good thing is, look at that, I can actually keep that under there as well. So that adds a nice weight to that as well. So that's fantastic. So I've got my own little brush system there. So that's, for me, is a total recommend from Mr. Hobby. Another ingenious little tool that they have. They have more than Tamiya. And it's ever so cheap and very simple as well, and it doesn't look bad at all. So thumbs up for me. That is the Mr. Hobby, what's it called, just brush stand with flexible arm. Until next time, take care, bye bye.
Right, well, as you can see, I think that's a very handy bit of kit. Again, it's something else that Paul's had for quite a while, and I kept umming and ahhing about it, and I had a bit of spare cash, and I bought that along with a lot of other Mr. Hobby stuff, and I love it. It's nice to have my paintbrushes actually out on the desk and within easy reach instead of in a box, which is where I usually keep them, and it's going to stop ruining the nibs, as you saw on the show there. So now we're going to go over to our build videos and everything. First of all, we'll go over to and see what's on my bench.
Welcome back to my bench. I know it's been a while, hasn't it? I do apologise about the echo. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of the echo at the moment. I've got this small room, which I've managed to utilise the space in a bit, as you can see from the pictures here. But unfortunately, where there's nothing on the walls whatsoever, you know, to anything to, you know, dampen the sound down. So I've got a big rug I'm going to put up on one of the walls, and I've got some pictures that I've ordered and things like that. So hopefully once they're all up on the wall, we'll lose this echo a bit, because I really don't like it. And save putting egg boxes or loads of foam on the wall, which looks a bit naff, I think, then I don't want to do that really. So so what I'm going to do, so just bear with the reviews for a little while, because a few of them, I've done a few of them, and they're all in this bit echoey and everything. There's not really a way I can get rid of it either. But anyway, my builds. Obviously you see that my long-time friend here, the Tiger One, that will be started on hopefully again in the next week or so. I will get back to that. I've literally just got to finish something for the Star Wars build, and then I'm going to crack on with that before I start another kit. I'm going to get the gloss down and start the welding before I start another kit. So that has been a bit of a labour of love, and it will be done eventually, believe me, because it seems such a waste not to finish it off from there. So that's the Tiger One. The one I have been working on, I have only had about a few hours at the bench. But what I have been doing is this Bandai kit, and this is the TIE Fighter. As you can see, it's been put together and primed, and it's all ready for paint and everything. So it's all pre-shaded and primed and ready. Got some pictures of the cockpit, which you can see here. What I've done in there was they had these transfers that came with it, which I've put in the bin now. They're absolutely rubbish. But what I've done with, I've basically put some Tamiya tape, cut strips and Tamiya tape just to get the straight lines I wanted, and a little dot with and dab with a cocktail stick and things like that. I think you're not going to really be able to see much of the cockpit inside, but when you look through the front, you will be able to see those red markings behind him and Darth himself. So I think on the top here, as you can see, there's just be these little slits. You won't be able to see anything. I don't think they'll really let a lot of light in either. But what I would like to say about these kits are, obviously you can see the base and everything as well. All done. Wings are all ready for paint as well and everything. What I would like to say about these kits, I have to really, obviously I've reviewed a few of them now, and they look like they go together well, and other people have built them, but I mean, obviously I've stuck those, I've glued them, sanded them, stuck them, so they'd actually, you know, there aren't any signs that it's a snap together kit anywhere along the line there, but they are not an ounce of fillers needed, which is a great thing to start off with. There's no filler whatsoever needed for these, and they go together an absolute dream. Usually when you have a kit that has a snap together, has lots of locating pins in it, they're usually always off, especially the old Airfix kits and things like that. I always cut them off first and just stick them together normally. But I have to say, I really do like these Bandai kits, and I like them so much. I've got the TIE Fighter, the X-Wing and Darth Vader at the moment. Obviously I love Darth Vader. But I'm going to order the rest, the whole lot of whatever's left. I can't remember what else there is, but whatever's left I'm going to order them because they're absolutely fantastic and I can't recommend them highly enough. And to be honest with you, they're not a lot of money. I can't remember how much I paid for them. I think it was only about 12 or 15 pounds, I think it is, once they've been delivered and everything as well, because I ordered 3 at a time. So I'm going to get the rest, and as they come out I shall get all of them as well. I'm a big, well, you know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so they're absolutely fantastic for me. I think they're brilliant, and I'm really impressed with that. I can't wait to get that finished, and one thing, I'm not going to put the green laser thingies that they have on the box and everything, or in the box, but I've got to say, once that's done and a bit of weathering and things like that, you'll never know that that's a Bandai snap together kit. And as I say, I didn't snap it together anyway, it was all been glued, so it's all pretty solid and everything. But I absolutely love that. I can't recommend that highly enough. For that kit, that particular kit, bang on, absolutely spot on. Really nice to work with completely. So well chuffed with that. That's it, that's all I've had chance to do so far, because literally I've moved in, got my room sorted, and now, as you can see, I think I've already shown it on the show, but as you can see, my office is at the other end of my workbench, so it's going to be really nice. So it's quite a nice little room, and once I get the walls covered and everything and make it feel a bit homely, it'll be fantastic. But what I'm going to do, the next model I'm going to do, which will be my Christmas model, so I'm going to get the TIE Fighter finished and done, and that'll be, I shall start the Tiger. As soon as that's finished, I shall start the Tiger, but I shall also start this as well, which is the Apollo 27 rocket. I've done a review of it, that will go up before I start it. I've got loads of reviews I've done loads of reviews at the house before I moved, so I had plenty just in case I couldn't get anything sorted in this house. And I've done loads since I've been here as well, so there's tons of reviews ready to go up, so they'll go up over January and February. We've got about 20 in reserve now, 20 films in reserve. So because the back end of last year we were a bit quiet, but that's changed now. So we've all been myself and Paul settled into our routines again, which is smashing. But this looks like a nice little kit just to get on with, and it'll be, again, as you guys know, I like something different on my shelf, and that's going to be that for January. So I'll have that. I'm also in January, I'm also going to enter the F-16 SiG. I was going to enter with this. But when I bought this like ages ago. It is the Italieri box kit, and again I've done a review of this, and it's a pretty damning review, I have to say, and that will be up in the new year as well. But just looking on there, bringing up to that, if you just see that's the box art, and they couldn't even get the canopy to fit on the box art, so it's really bad. So that's going to go on eBay or in the bin, or I shall leave it for my son to play with or something like that. But I am going to do for the Russian, I am going to have a go at the Russian one, but I'm just going to do something really simple for that. I'm going to do that. Again, that's something I bought. I've reviewed it. The review's got to go up for that as well. But I'm just going to do that. A nice simple build for the Russian one. I think that'll be nice and something different. And I've got to get a new cabinet display all models in, because we had to leave the other one at the old house. So, or I may do a MiG that I've got kicking around. I don't know yet, but I think I'll probably just do the guideline missile, and that way I may be able to get the first SiG and first GB done in the new year. That would be absolutely brilliant on my part, and then at least I can say I've participated and finished one in 2016 if I don't do any more. I know I did one last year, I think the Vietnam one, was that? I can't remember if that was last year or the beginning of last year, I don't know. Anyway, one of those. But anyway, that's my bench, so we'll go back to the show. Right, well there you go. As you see, it's my man cave's nearly there. It's not quite ready. It's a bit echoey in there when I record and everything, so I need to get some stuff on the walls and everything, but not bad. At least I've managed to get some modelling done. That TIE Fighter will be finished before the 18th. I'm just waiting for a set of paints to come, and that'll be done. I think now we're going to go over to Paul's section of the show and a little cave tour from him as well. Over to Paul.
Right, thanks Lee. So welcome to the section of the new show. What have I got today? Well, number one, Telford last month. Absolutely brilliant weekend. Thank you for everybody that came over and supported us. Came over for a chat, said hello, new and old people. Well, faces rather than old people. Sounds ageist. Brilliant meeting you for the first time or again. And I had some absolutely outstanding help off Tim, Nige, and Seb, who stepped in, helped us over the weekend. They helped me set up a fantastic looking display and stand over the weekend, and just the help I'd been lost without you. Absolutely lost. So big thanks for you. We definitely want you back next year's help again. I think Lee's going to be there next year, so there'll be more of us, and yeah, we should have a good laugh again. I haven't laughed so much over a weekend as I did that, especially the Saturday night out. We certainly livened up that hotel, that's for sure. But yeah, great weekend all round, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I ended up buying a lot of stuff I did and didn't need, which is always good. And the show was really good this year, absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it, so thanks very much everybody. Second of all, Christmas prize draw. Lee's probably gone through this already. Bigger than last year. I think we're up to about £1,300 worth already, with more stuff to add. So several people, I think we can have more than one prize this year. I think Lee will go through it before my part. More than one person is going to win it this year, so some very lucky people are going to get some excellent prizes. So make sure you get your name down for that in the appropriate section when we get it up and going. Quick one before I start on about my own personal stuff and the hangouts and whatnot. It was Michael Cohen Campbell's birthday a few days back, so happy 50th, Mike. Good to see you made it to half a century. So if you didn't wish Mike a happy birthday, send him a message and give him a belated one from us. Yeah, well done, mate. Half a century, that's some good going. You don't look bad for 50 at all. Not too bad at all. Right, hangouts still ongoing as always, still causing trouble everywhere. People seem to either love us or hate us. We're a bit like Marmite, but that's just tough. It's the way it is. They've not been on air lately because, like I say, people have been moaning and whinging about them as always. There always seems somebody that likes to have a little whine about it all. But what we decided to do, because mine have been off air for quite a while, we decided Seb's always go live on a Friday, mine will go live on a Saturday and a Wednesday, which is the way it was originally. Through the week they'll be off air, so if you want to join through the week, the link will still be up, but we are off air. We've been talking private and without people harping on what we talk about. So yeah, Friday, Saturday and Wednesday the pricks will be live. So always look out for the Hangout link. If you want to join, you need a Google Plus account, a computer, phone, tablet with a microphone camera to come join us and have a laugh. You need thick skin because it can be a bit lively in there, but it's a good laugh. Great bunch of guys, absolutely brilliant. Which leads me on to the next thing, which is our Secret Santa. Only for the guys in the Hangouts, because it takes a bit of trust to do, and I know all these guys very well. So there's 20 of us involved in it this year, all picked at random by my girlfriend and given a person to send a gift to, and we'll be opening those Christmas Day, 3 PM UK time, and probably around 7 PM UK time, to try and get everybody in there. There's 20 of us, we can't all get in there in one go anyway. And on Boxing Day I think we'll do another one for anybody who couldn't get in there, and then we'll just have to try and cater to everybody else who couldn't make it on those days. You can go watch us unbox all our gifts. Nobody knows what they've been bought or who's buying it them. Just stuff gets turned up at random. Some people have picked modelling gifts, people like myself have picked either modelling or a fun gift, so God knows what you're going to be sent. But good guys, all the pop guys, good bunch of friends, and yeah, that should be interesting to watch. So if you want to watch it, keep an eye out for the links on Christmas Day. It's sad, so very sad having to hang out on Christmas Day, but hey, we can't spare half an hour to talk to your buddies. Something's wrong in the world, isn't it? If you don't like it, don't watch. Simple. Yeah, so that's that. Another thing I thought about, you'll see me talk about it in a minute in my build, a little 1/144th Mark 1 models Wessex. And I thought, you know what, that'd be a fun little build over Christmas to do over 2 weeks. So starting from about the 11th, any 1/144th build, just a fun build, nothing too serious, build at your own pace, and you know, it's a change from building something big or fully detailed with every bit of aftermarket. Just a fun little build leading up to Christmas. We're going to do that, and there's a few of us involved. If you want involved, I'll explain it in a minute through my build section. Go and get your name down on Facebook. I'll set up a little section on the forum, and we'll just do a fun little 2-week build just in the run up to Christmas. What else we got to talk about? I think that's about it. Like I say, the Hangouts, you want to join, feel free to join us. It'd be good to see more people in there, and you will make a good bunch of friends in there. and they are worthwhile joining. And then, you know, maybe next year you can join in our Secret Santa, because we also have a birthday gift one, which we do like a pool every birthday. Pool the money together and buy somebody a gift for the birthday, which is always good. So there you go. So that's about all I've got to waffle on about. We'll go to my bench and have a look at my current builds, and I'll explain a bit more about that 1/144th build. Hello. Right, so over on my workbench, nothing completed this month. I hear you say, yep. I've always got a couple of kits that are either near completion or are completed. Nothing this month. After last month, just before the show, I had a mammoth session of finishing kits, and there's nothing done this month. 2 started and 1's been in progress for a while. We'll start with the one that's been in progress to get out of the way. This is a Challenger 2 Trumpy one that I was asked to commission paint and weather, really. A guy saw my Challenger, wanted one, didn't like it. He'd been bought the kit, he tried to build it himself, not very well if I'm honest, but he then realised that painting and weathering it were completely out of his league. So this guy actually works on the Challengers. This is one of the ones he works on in particular. It's called Cyclops. It's got the 0B designation on it, and he wanted it. Sent me some pictures of it. It's got a little eye on the front of the turret, and he sent me some pictures and said, build that exactly like the way you weathered yours, and that's what we've done. So at the minute it's been camoed in standard British Army colours. It's had a oil pin wash, and it's ready for some oil doff fading. Then some UMP light dirt sprayed on the sides and added in places. The tracks painting, and that's about it really. Trumpy kit. It's a bit of a ropey kit. It's a cheap kit. You can pick it up for 20 quid. I built it a while back. In fact, me and Mike both built it. And you know, it's not the easiest to build. It needs a bit of work to get it to go together. But overall, not a bad kit at all. Sadly, the guy didn't put it together the best. I changed it, well, I fixed it as good as possible, but it'll never be perfect. But it's nearly done, not far off being complete. Just gonna move out of the way so it doesn't get crushed. Next up is the hind. I talked about this last time, it doesn't even fit in the shot. Shot on the side camera, so you can see how big this thing is. This is Trumpy's 35th scale hind. I've added full Verlinden interior set. So there you go, I'll turn it that way so you can see. So we've got all the cockpit set in there and all the rear cargo deck as well. Come on the other side so you can see in there. Lovely kit, it's going together quite well. Not working on it for a couple of days because I've been working on the next one that I'll show you in a minute. But the Verlinden cockpit set fits in beautifully. It needs quite a bit of work to get it how you like it. It's a full resin instrument panel. I bought some decals, placed them in, set them in, bit of gloss, job done. The map's in there as well, and the rest of it's all hand painted and detailed and whatnot. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful resin set that fits the helicopter just like a glove, absolutely like a glove. It's as if it was made for it, and it was, I know that. So yeah, that's all in there. It's all buttoned up. We've got all the seams filled. I've got a couple of little spots that just need a little bit more work, and then we can rescribe and re-rivet. Top and bottom underneath was particularly troublesome to fill, but we're there now. Like I say, there's one or two tiny little spots that just need checking, and then I've got about half ton of photo etch to add to the exterior. So that's one on the go at the minute. Highly recommend the kit. It's big, it's long, but it's very thin, and it's not going to be cumbersome until you get the rotors on, and you can take the rotors off, so I don't think it's going to be that bad to build. But there's a few of us building this. There's Wesley, there's Brett, there's Tim, Mark is building his, Joe, I don't think she started hers yet, and somebody on the Facebook page as well, I forget their name and I apologise, they'd already started though before this. I think there's a few other people that are going to build them on the forum. There's a whole post thread on there. But it's a lovely kit and I'm enjoying the build, and like I say, if you do build it, I've added so much aftermarket, as I do the lads. That Verlinden resin cockpit set superb, well worth adding, absolutely beautiful. Now, I did start, where is it? This kit, if I can get it out, we're all falling out. I started it, and I'm going to show you it because it's a kinetic kit and it leads me on to the next kit. I started this Sufa, built the cockpit up. Love the Sufa, big F16 fan as you all well know. We found the cockpit because it's crap. There it is. So there's the kit cockpit. It's a bit dire. The cockpit itself isn't too bad. It was the seats. I'm going to try and find them because I wasn't planning on showing this. But I have. It's in there somewhere. The seats are absolutely shockingly bad. There they are. There's one. So I was like, yeah, they're crap. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, I'll buy a Aries cockpit set, which I did from Hannon's, 15 quid, and a mass set. And yeah, the cockpit came, paid for next day delivery, £6.50, and it was missing one of the instrument panels. Phoned them up, they seemed in no rush at all to send the replacement parts, and it's 3 weeks this Friday. So today is the 7th. I ordered it on, oh my god, it was weeks ago. It's 3 weeks this coming Friday, and it's Monday today. So it's just over 2 weeks now, and still no parts. So what an absolute waste of time ordering next day delivery to then sit and wait over 2 weeks before a part arrives. Spoke to the guy on the phone. He said he'd get it sent out, and I asked when. He said he had no idea, which is terrible in my opinion. Customer service is really lacking a Hannon, so now I'm going to name and shame them. So this build put on hold. So I've got a cockpit I can't use just yet because it's missing a part, and a build that didn't progress, so it went back in the box, and I will build this for the F16 SiG next year. Yes, I hear you say it's already started, but the cockpit's going in the bin, and I'll be using the resin one, which I haven't started just yet. So technically it's fine to use. Was really looking forward to building it. Yeah, I'm not going to bother now. I'll leave it till next year. So thanks, Hannah, for your really bad customer service. And I don't care if anybody comments saying, oh, they're usually really good, because usually isn't my case this time. So £6.50 next day delivery, and more than 2 weeks later, I'm still waiting for a part. No email to say, oh, it's been held up. Nobody on the phone to tell me it's out of stock. Terrible. So when it arrives, I will leave it to them, because I don't need it till next year to see how long it arrives, and I'll be kicking off big style on the phone to them. So thanks, Hannons, for nothing. So with that on hold, I ordered this. It arrived, and I thought, you know what, soddy, let's build it. Now over the years I've built several Harriers, Airfix, Italieri. I think I built about 3, and every single one of them has ended up in the bin. It was back when I started the hobby. I had a terrible Airfix one. I even bought the new Tool 72 scale kit, just couldn't get on with it at all, and I just not happy with it, and it went in the bin. I bought an Italieri one, which was just shockingly bad. That went in the bin as well, and it seems to be my nemesis as such. So Kinetic came out. After looking at the other Kinetic, I was like, what's this one going to be like? It's not too bad at all. The cockpit, again, a little bit lacking. Not the greatest. If they bring out a zoom set or a resin set, replace it with that, and you've got a great kit. I started this on, was it a week ago? Maybe a week ago. I shall tell you now. If you give me 1 second. I started about a week ago, and other than vague instructions, which seems to be the kit's only real downfall, it's gone together really well. The 29th I started, so yeah, just over a week ago. The kit instructions are a bit vague. They tell you a part goes somewhere, but not exactly where. And then other parts aren't properly labelled, so I've not seen where they're supposed to go before I've done it. And I've missed out a couple of parts that I can't put back in now because they go inside, so I'm going to have to figure that out as I go. But yeah, this is the kit. Like I say, a week in, all the cockpits assembled, it's all together. We filled it. Didn't need a lot of filler, to be honest, at all, and it's gone together really well. I've got one seam I'm not happy with, and it's where the wing, it's a root I suppose, at the back goes in. It's a little bit proud, so I'm going to sand that back a little bit, try and get it a bit more to my liking. But other than that, this thing has gone together really, really well. Quite impressed. It's not too bad at all. Didn't need a lot of filler. Most of it was gotten by clamping it and gluing it, etc. And quite impressed. This even came with the free tug, as Lee's did, and ironically Lee got one from eModels and reviewed it as I was building mine. So you've got a review and a build off me on this, well, off Lee and me. So hopefully give you an idea what it looks like out of the box and how it builds up. And like I say, apart from a little bit of filler, a tiny little bit here and there, it's been no real bother. It needed a little bit of clamping because of the way the wing section is. The joins across here, down there and around and at the back. It's an awkward seam, and that's where the other kits have struggled that I've built in the past. This one, no problem at all. I think the canopy's still loose. There we go. If the canopy friction fits on, the seat's up there somewhere. Like I said, the cockpit, yeah, it's alright. It's not great. The seat is there. Drops it. Where's it gone? There it is. The kit seat isn't too bad, to be honest. I've had a lot worse. It goes together well. And onto it in place, like so. The cockpit's not bad. For a kit one, not too bad. Although I always find a little bit lacking in 48 scale. They do need something else in there, but it'll pass. And like I say, the canopy friction fits on, and I prime that with that just friction fitted on, which is nice. So we can have it in the open position should we wish, or we can have it closed. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. So this is now ready for paint. Something new I tried. I've seen people banging on about this. Priming in black. Like I've said a few times now, I've stopped pre-shading and post-shading, and all I'm doing now is fading panels to give that effect. I've liked the way that's looked on the past few kits I've done. I've seen this done lately by several people, and I thought, oh, let's give it a whirl. Always open for trying new things. And I thought, right, we'll give it a go and see how it works. So next month, you'll see how this does. And if you keep an eye on the Facebook page of the forum, you'll see exactly how it comes about and whether I like it or not. And that's it. So like I say, nothing completed this month. 2 started. Good progress though. I mean, I built this in a week. So I'm happy with the progress on that. The hind, once I'm happy with the seams on this, so the back one. Got a few bits of paint to touch up for the primer. It'll sit for a while and I'll get back to work on the hind for a little bit. And hopefully next month this will be finished and there'll be some good progress made on the hind. Now, as I've mentioned in the previous bit before we came to this, I got the, oh god, where is it? Let me grab it. It's here somewhere. I've got a 1/144th scale. There it is. Build coming up that we just decided to do over Christmas, mainly through the pricks, and we get the right way around. I saw one of these built in the rescue scheme, the yellow. I thought, oh, that looks great. Ordered one, and then arrived, and this looks a good little kit to be fair. We're going to do a little 1/144th build over Christmas, so waiting for a few of the guys to get one. Any 1/144th. If you can get a helicopter, get one, because a few of us have got these. But anything 1/144th, just a fun build. There's nothing, no rules, nothing. Just as long as it's 1/144th. Build it up to the run up till Christmas. So it's the 7th today, so 14. So if we start around the 11th or so, that gives us 2 weeks before Christmas. Just something fun to build. That should be a good bit of fun. Now, I did order a photo etch set, sadly it was out of stock, and looking back at it now I'm thinking, yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't get it because this thing's tiny. I even got a free little cardboard landing pad for it. So, Mark 1 models, the Czechoslovakian. You know, it's a £15 kit, not weight, in price. Instructions aren't the most complex, but it shouldn't be too difficult. But 4 colour lad schemes, 4 decal schemes. I'm doing the yellow because I just love the look of the rescue helicopters. And Italia have just released, well, not long ago, a 48 scale one of their, I think it's the HC3 in the rescue colours as well. There isn't a piece of plastic that we need, but never mind. So like I say, 4 schemes, 4 decal schemes, so you get a decent little decal sheet. Clear parts, they're okay, not great, they're in, I'm not going to show them. And the helicopter itself, now what I do like is you've got pre-bowed rotor blades, which is quite a nice little touch. But there's the main fuselage. There is recessed panel lines there. I'll add them back in a bit more because they're a bit random and vague. They kind of like disappear in places. What it'll go together like, I don't know. The cockpit's definitely a bit sparse. There's a seat. Might try and scratch build some tiny little pilots or something because it's not going to look very interesting. But I thought a fun little build and something different. So from one extreme to the other, a huge hind to a tiny little 1/144th kit. Should be good fun. And like I say, if you want to join in after watching the news show, just post on ISM Facebook, yeah, I'm in, and I'll start a tiny little buddy build thing on the forum, which Lee will probably hate me for. I'm only joking. I'll start a little buddy build thing on the forum just for fun over Christmas, and we'll get some builds on the go. So yeah, if you want in, just post on Facebook, yeah, I've seen the video, I'm in. Or I'll post a pic of this up and ask who's in, actually, probably easier. And we'll see who we can get in. Just a little bit of fun before Christmas, just a couple of weeks, something simple and easy to build. And there we go. That's it really. So, like I say, I'll pop a pic of this up, I'll do it in a minute. And we'll see how else we can get involved. Or if you see the video and you want involved, just post on Facebook and I'll direct you to the right place. So there we go. Other parts, sorry at the Harrier, we've got the ordnance done. A couple of drop tanks. Or fuel tanks, missiles, pylons, etc. And that's it. So there you go. There's all my builds this month. Sorry, a bit random about the missiles. I just spotted them on the side. There we go. So I'll send you back to Lee, and I'll catch you around. I'll see you soon. Right. So this is my workshop. Not many of you really get to see this angle. You usually get to see it just from behind the camera. I'm gonna give you a quick. I'm outside at the minute, pointing in. Quick overview, and I'll take you in and explain what we've got. So there we go. Light coming in. We'll stick a light on so we can see. So this has been featured before. I did a video on this in 2013, just after we started ISM. It's changed a lot since then. A lot of stuff's been added and removed. So, I've had a few people ask lately, they're building their own caves, they've asked for pictures. How did I do this? Can I take some shots of that? And I thought, you know what? I'll make a new video and show around how it's looking now, basically. So, I say, I had it built in 2012, I got it delivered in 2013. It looked like this when I got it. So just a bare shell. It's 12 by 8 foot, 25mm. Tongue and groove workshop with all insulation, wood, cladding, etc. All these walls are about 100mm thick, so it's well insulated, lovely and warm. Keeps the heat out in the summer, keeps the heat in the winter, and the sound in and out to a degree, and it works very well. Like I say, when I first built it in 2013, it took me 6 weeks start to finish. All these shelves on the top that now hold kits, I had bits and bobs up there, collectibles and whatnot. As the stash has grown, they all got relegated somewhere else and the stash has taken over. So yeah, that's it. It's the way it happens and it's the way it works. So that's what's happened. Stash wise, most of it's in here, believe it or not. There's about 50 kits in the house. I've got about 230 in total. So in here there's about 170 kits, which is getting ridiculous now, and I really need to stop buying kits. Most of my Edward are here, so quite a few there. Some pretty rare ones in there as well, some fairly expensive ones. I've got these over here, Royal Class. The lights are very glary in here, they're an absolute pain. If I can get this off, there's some Royal Class behind there too. Like I say, there's a lot in the house, which Hannah, my girlfriend's, not too happy about. So they need to stop. Display case, I get a better look at this. Cooey, hello. That's me in the reflection, the man in the mirror. When I turn around and sit down and meant to show the workbench, I get a better look at this one on the same level. TV, 32-inch TV, fits in there absolutely perfect. Mirrors, what the MacBook sees. So on the Hangouts, I can see full screen and I get better sound through that as well. My hi-fi, absolutely love that thing to bits. Of 2 monitor audio speakers, a nice sub at the bottom, and my Arkham DAC converter off the iPhone. Love it to bits. Absolutely rocks this thing to oblivion. Current builds on top. So Vigan, Gunsanyo Panther, AFV Club Churchill, Bandai ATST, and the Trumpy 31st scale Hind, which is a current build. Up the top, we got Dragon Plastic figures, frill tracks, various other bits, vac form canopies, some other resin bits and bobs, a couple of resin car kits, so the Quattro and the RS200, resin Land Rover, resin, that's actually the Legend Fury conversion set. We've got more resin figures, some Alpine, there's the Bravo 6 figures for the Fury again, some Black Dog, some Verlinden, and some Nemrod as well. So all my resin figures up there. We got my nice Star Wars stamps that my son got me for Christmas, very nice. The Mighty Dak Tiger, probably one of the rarest armour kits you can find, and Boba Fett, which I just got from Bandai. Quickly around the top. So we got some Dragon and Cyber kits, again some fairly rare ones. Moving around slowly. Around the top. My CCTV, again, one of the best things I've bought. Great for looking at who's at the gate, if you want to answer it or not. Off the time, just ignore them. But more importantly, keeps an eye on all my property and this thing and my car. Might seem a bit OTT, but that's the way it is. More kits. Around and around. Outdoors. The road behind me, very nosy neighbours, which is great when you want to keep an eye on this thing. And my guitar, which sounds like a cat being strangled when I've got a hold of it. So there's a basic overview. Down the bottom, got the heating from the house, so it's lovely and toasty and warm in here. Got the bookcase. So there's bookcase number 1, loads of books. There's bookcase number 2, even more books, more kits. So more of the stash under there. That cupboard to the right there, that one there is full to the brim of kits, as to is that one to the right of the plastic drawer system. Absolutely full to the brim. So I've definitely got a kit buying problem. Paints. Over in the corner we've got Citadels. I'm trying to keep this camera not as shaky as possible to make you feel sick. Tamiya's. Life Colours. Vallejo model colour. Scale 75 behind the MacBook and my 502 oils. Got various filters, washes, etc. MIG, paints, pigments. We've got Mr. Hobby Aqueous, Vallejo, I got my big head out of the way. Vallejo Panzer Aces, Acan, some of my favourites, absolutely love Acan paints. Extra acrylics and some AK Interactive. Spray booth, so I've got a Graphic Air bench vent. Let me chuck some lights on, make it easier. I built all the foam board exterior for it to make it a bit larger and a bit more usable. We got 2 of the triple tube Lightcraft over the spray booth and 2 over the workbench. The amount of light they give is phenomenal, and I found 2 at the price they were reduced to one time. I think it was down to £50. I just made the most of it and got them. All my primers, ultrasonic cleaner, thinners, cups, etc. Underneath, got spare filter spray booth filters, kitchen roll, and a Bambi air compressor. That's the same as Lee's. I did have a Sparmax, but I just got that Iwata RG3, and it was killing the Sparmax, just constantly on. And I saw that cheap second-hand on eBay, bought it, and Bob's your uncle. That's it. Drawers, I'm not going to go through them all because some of them are full of crap. These are all, I have to put the camera on, diorama accessories, so resin accessories, PE, posters, whatnot. Below that one, empty boxes. If we go to my workbench, and I can take a seat. Oh, it's better. I can take you around here. So this is, again, if I chuck the lights on, this is what you always see on the Hangouts. The view across from the Mac. So we've got mixing cups, thinners, water, etc. All my most used tools, sanders, bender machines, washers, microscale stuff at the back, UMP, fillers, glues, fillers again, masking tape, all my brushes, all my most commonly used tools in the UMP mug, all my sanders in the International Scale Modeler mug, which I don't think you're a proper modeler until you've got one of those. Flexi file, bender machine, roll machine, flexi file sanders, and all my brushes. So that's the workbench. Current build is a Kinetic Sea Harrier, which is actually that one there, along with the hind. So that lives under there. We've got other builds. I need to adjust my camera. Give me a second. So we've got the 32 scale Mustang, the Vigan, the Kraz. That aggressor box is actually just full of bits. We've got the AFE Club Churchill, and that King Tiger I built years ago. And if I'm honest, I'll probably never finish, but it still lives under there. Big, huge storage thing full of spare parts. And that's it really. If I get my hand out the way, I can hold of the camera again. Take over there, there's a Proxxon mini tool. MacBook usually lives where that hump is, because it actually caused that hump in the cutting mat, you know, as it does, because MacBooks get rather hot. We got my homemade photo booth, which if I move in, that's the chair making a noise by the way, not me. This thing costs about 50 quid, 2 daylight tubes in there. I can change the colour of the card background from grey to black to white, and it works very well. You've seen the pictures, so you can tell how good a quality they are. My Panasonic Lumix bridge camera, love that thing, really easy to use. I haven't got the time to talk about other a DSLR. I had one and I'm too stupid to use them, so I gave up. And a current build, which is a Challenger that I'm commission building for somebody, nearly done, not far off. Over in the corner I've got the amp off my guitar, the fan, because it does get quite warm in here. The heating's not on at the minute, it's just the temperature of the room from the TV being on, etc. And as you can see, if I tap that, we've got 21 degrees C, so quite comfy, quite toasty. Picture frames, blah blah blah, Boba Fett's everywhere in here. Like I say, books, for all reference. And I'm going to scoot behind me to magazines, more books, and my display cabinet. So you're probably going to see me again in it. Cooey! Hello! So you can see a lot better at this angle. I did add some acrylic shelves. The only problem is they attract dust like you just wouldn't believe. But it's given me a lot more storage. Cooey! Me again. A lot more storage, and that's proved really useful. Like I say, my home stereo, so Yamaha, amp, CD player, tuner. Don't use a CD player or a tuner at all. I've got an Arcam dock for the iPhone, which has got a DAC in it, digital analog converter, which if you know your hi-fi, you know what that does. I'm not going to explain it. Run off the old iPhone, and for a sub, for a pair of monitor audio BX2s, if I remember right, I've forgotten. Sounds absolutely superb, and I'm sat right behind it, and I get poked in the back of the head by the ports, the air coming out of them, so love that a bit. TV, like I say, primary use is for the Hangouts, so I can spin round, see a full screen picture, and I get the audio through it, so it works a lot better. Like I say, it is mirrored. Oh, there's a video. It is mirrored from... oh, it's an interesting picture. What's that? It is mirrored from the... Season's Greetings. Who's that? Interesting. Didn't know that was on the machine. But anyway, it is mirrored from the MacBook, so everything I see on that, or I can separate it, etc. Just going to tear off this photo booth because it's glaring the hell out of me. So that's everything over there. Up top, like I say, as you see, my workbench. Quick go through my drawers. So this drawer is UMP sanders, which I do have a few of. Spare paint, so these are all doubles of what are on the walls that, I'll be honest, I've accidentally bought mostly, especially the A-cans, because I'm an idiot. You know, I order these from Greece and I go and buy paints I've already bloody got. Bottom layer is Mr. Hobby and Tamiya, and the top layer is mostly A-can. Next one down, spray primers, spare kickers, super glues, fillers, primers. But then Mr. Hobby there, I have to have that for the MIG paints because they're a pain in the ass. Bottom one is all the camera equipment, so the other camcorders, etc. All my diorama stuff is in here. So you've got all the grass flock, grass effects. This one here, you've got bush effects, longer bits of grass, etc. This one, we have got there's a bit of actual astroturf in there, stones, small rocks, etc. We got clay in that one, so all different types of clay. Bottom one, we got paint effects, glues, etc. And next one down, it's just full of generic rubbish. This one, any tools that aren't used regularly go in here, so they're kept in there out of the way. So there's many clamps, pegs, folding tools, punches, saws, all that kind of malarkey. Then we have the drawer of hell, so everything goes in there, you name it, it's in there. Bits of sponge, spare cotton buds, watercolours, pastels, all sorts of rubbish. And the bottom one is full of other diorama gear, so photo frames, etc. to make dial bases. Excuse me, I had a hiccup then. So that's it really, so that's the generic overview. Like I say, it has changed immensely from what it was, well, nearly 3 years ago. I've had this thing now, I built it. It gets used a lot. I'm in here quite a lot through the day and overnight. Well, not through the day as much now that James was born, but overnight I'm in here a good 6 hours or so. Every now and then I get an afternoon in here, depending on what Hannah's doing with James. And that's it. So hopefully people who've sent me messages asking me how I've done this and that, or how does that look, how did I get those paints in there, etc, etc. This answers a few of the questions. You've all asked for pictures. I've had at least half a dozen people ask me for pictures. It's a horrible day out there today. The sun's just coming out actually, but it's been raining all bloody morning, windy as hell. A few of you have asked for pictures, so hopefully this will help you and save any further questions from you all. So there you go. Hope you like that little look around. Hope I haven't bored you to tears, and I'll catch you around and I'll see you on the forum.
Well, there you go. A little bit of a surprise there. Paul hasn't done that much this month, which is a bit shocking. I know he's done another AFV video, so if you haven't seen that, you can get over to YouTube and watch that. But yeah, so very quiet month for Paul for a change. I think December might be a bit different though. So, but well done. Love his man cave as well. So a proper little cabin, and it's all that paint around you. It's absolutely nice to work in, I've got to say. Right, okay, so we're going to do one last review. I told you it's going to be a big show. We're going to do a review of another Mr. Hobby thing that I bought recently, and that's the airbrush stand. Over to me.
Welcome back to International Scale Modeler. I'm Lee. Today we're going to do a quick review of another little thing I picked up from Mr. Hobby, which is the Mr. Stand. Now the Mr. Stand is a little standalone airbrush holder. Now as you can see from this picture here, my workbench is quite close to my computer and everything, and I've got all these airbrushes just sat there, and I can't fit 4 on that holder. So I needed another one while I'm spraying, just to be able to pop this in and out for whichever airbrush I'm using to spray at that time. Now I saw this when I purchased a few other odds and sods. I thought, oh, I'll give that a whirl. I did look at it and thought, well, there doesn't seem to be much to fix it to anything, but I thought I'll take a punt on it. It was only €5, €5.5, so it was only about £4. But anyway, the packaging itself, as you can see, it literally is just a hard plastic box. Doesn't really say anything on there, and it shows you there how it's used for, which we'll go into in a little bit. But anyway, so we'll open it up. It's quite easy to open, and the price is being flashed up as we speak. Not a lot to write home about. I mean, that's really the thing of it. That's all it is, as you can see from the overhead. It literally is just a plastic stand on a plastic base, and it does undo. As you can see, it's interchangeable with some of their other stuff that they have there, so you can put a different cup on there and everything. But that is ideal for what I want it for. And the good thing is, you come along with your airbrush, and it does just sit in there quite nicely. What they've done also is you'll see that the head sits at exactly the right degrees. So this is probably, what's it, 45 degrees. And this head sits exactly vertical, which is nice. So the paint's always going to stay like that. It's not going to tip or anything, or you know. And sometimes one of those that doesn't sit straight, and it can go back up the airbrush and things like that. So very nice indeed. Now I've got 4 airbrushes. The other 2 are very similar to this, to the Infinity that I've got there. But I also have this, which is TRN1, which I use for my base coats. Good coverage with this thing. And I have a problem with normal holders because they won't hold a trigger airbrush, as you can see. But this one, as long as you put the trigger in front of that first, sits in there quite nicely. And it doesn't pull it over or overweigh it, and that's without fixing that to anything. That is just loose. But as you can see, it sits in there quite snugly. So a very, very handy tool indeed. Now, the other thing I like to fix my things. I don't want anything loose, because you know that as soon as you put something in there, you'll knock it over, and it's a cup full of paint, and it's going to go everywhere, especially if it's not going to go over your model. So what they've done is, on the front, on the back, there is this little metal cup, and inside the cup is a magnet. Now the magnet, if you have a look, we go back to the box cover, which is here. You can see on here that it's a metal tray, and you can buy this from Mr. Hobby as well, this metal tray. And this just obviously magnetises to the metal tray. You can see the other stands there as well. So that's the point behind the magnet. Now I haven't got a metal tray, I don't use a metal tray. I could probably get one if I wanted to, but I tend to keep my paints inside the spray booth itself. But what I have got, what I do already own, is I bought some of these. Now these are earth magnets, rare earth magnets. And if you've ever had one of these, you know they're bloody strong. So let's try and get one off the end of there. So I've got these, and I thought, well, that's not actually, you know, that's close to the right size. So what I've done, I've got on my spray booth, as you can see from that previous picture, I've got this like Foamex board as a base. So I thought, well, I'll tell you what, I'll stick one under there, and I'll put it around the right way because it's just shot across the board, like so. And that's it. See, that on the base of my spray booth, they've got this. Now this, quite pure airbrush in it, you can't knock it over. You can move it, but it won't, there you go, with a big old bang. So that was my idea. I'm going to use that to secure it, which is quite a simple thing to do. Literally done, and that's it. So I think that's quite handy. In fact, I like the magnet approach. It saves me drilling another hole in my desk, which is how I used to have one. And it's fine until you move, or you want to move your spray booth to a different part of the bench or whatever. It just lacks versatility. The other thing is, obviously, you've got one of these mats. You can pop it under there, and it still works fine under the mat. You see, see it's fine there as well. So the rare earth magnets, if you can get them, they are pretty good. They're very solid. I think what I might do is I might get, as you can see, this is quite a bit smaller here. This is the size of a 10p piece, and this is more of the size of a 50p piece. So I think I'll probably invest in a couple of larger earth magnets, and they literally are about 10-20p each off of eBay. Very easy to get. You can get them all shapes and sizes, and they're very, very handy to have lying about the house. I've got several different sizes, no big ones unfortunately. So so I should definitely do that. But overall, I think for what was it, £3.50 if it's €5. It's a great little tool. I like the flexibility of it with the magnet on the bottom, I have to say, and it's ideal for what it's going to serve the purpose of what I want it for. So that is the Mr. Stand from Mr. Hobby for your airbrushes. Until next time, take care, bye.
Right, well, there you go. As you can see, it wasn't a big review, but it's just this little thing that I needed, and it was quite handy on the desk. I thought you guys might appreciate it, and it definitely has helped me out, and it is very handy to have there, I have to say. I do put my airbrush in it all the time now, so I liked it. I thought it was really good. So now that's it. We've come to the end of the show pretty much. We're going to say thank you to our sponsors, eModels, obviously, S&M stuff, UMP, us, and for the last time, Models Our Go. We thank you, John and Mandy, for all your helps and support so far again. I just want to take this opportunity to wish everyone here a very Merry Christmas and a happy new year. Obviously we will do the little 5-minute Christmas show before that, but that's about it. And if in case you thought I'd forgotten about the drink, this is my drink of choice for this month, and this is called Frangelico. I'll do one at the beginning of a show next month. I don't think I've done this yet, but this stuff tastes like hazelnuts. It's basically Nutella without chocolate in a bottle. It's so nice over rocks. Oh, absolutely fantastic. As you can see, there's not a lot left, but that'll be my Christmas drink of choice. So all it takes for me is to say thank you very much for watching, and for the whole of 2015, thank you to everyone who's contributed in any way, shape or form to International Scroll Modeler and Ultimate Modern Products as well. It's been a fantastic year for all of us, and I'm sure from Paul and myself, we will say a massive thank you to everyone, to all of you who contributed in any small way whatsoever. Thanks again. Happy Christmas. Bye bye until next time.